Hello guys, it's me. I'm back and I'm sorry. So I've been away for a while. But there's only like 2 of you guys here who've been following me anyways, I don't have that many subscribers anyway, so what's the point? Like y'all aren't gonna miss me. But anyway, today we're gonna be talking about the summer I turned pretty. So I saw this on the YouTube ads. So I was watching YouTube, whatever. And I just kept on getting these ads. And then I just watched one and then I accidentally skipped it. And I was so pissed because it was actually getting to the good part. I was like, ooh, I kind of want to watch this. And then I never got the ads again. But then I saw an ad recently that was it's out, and I was just it's out. And so I quickly and since I was bored and I didn't have anything to do, I looked it up and it was out, and I binged it all in one day. Honestly, it's not that long, so yeah. So this part of the video isn't gonna be about spoilers until I say it's about spoilers, because we will get to spoiler territory soon. But this part is spoiler free. So this story, it's basically about this girl Isabel, but she kind of has this weird nickname, Belly, and it's a little weird because they call her Belly Button, and it's a little weird, but it's kind of cute because I don't know, it's unique, it's quirky, cool. So she got the name. And so she basically has a big glow up. She goes from mid to not mid anymore. She's beautiful. But even, yeah. And then every summer she goes to this family friend's house, and they're rich, by the way. But the family friend's house, the mom that lives in that's the family friend, has 2 kids. Conrad and Jeremiah, and she, the main character Belly, she has a crush on one of them. She has a crush on Conrad, and she's had a crush on him for forever being since she was 10. And now this summer she's actually gonna make stuff happen. All the previous summers, it's kind of just been her following the brothers around, her and her brother. It was her following Conrad, Jeremiah, and her older brother around everywhere. And it was more like she was just tagging along rather than it actually her doing her. And so this year she's determined to make stuff happen, and one of those things is for her to finally get with Conrad. So this show is based off the books of The Summer I Turned Pretty. These books were actually written by the same person who wrote To All the Boys I Loved Before. However, this show is way less corny, and I enjoyed it 10 times more than I enjoyed those movies. Even though I didn't watch all of those movies. I didn't watch the last one, but still, it's 10 times more than all the ones that I did watch. And if you have Prime Videos, you should watch it. This show is actually underrated, but it's also really new, so not many people have seen it yet. But you could be one of the people that did, and maybe it's also underrated because not that many people have Prime, or at least I don't hear about them having Prime, because everybody just I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus, I have Hulu, I have Peacock. Actually, no one really says I have Peacock. I have blah 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 blah, but they're never I have Prime. But maybe that's just because everybody has Prime, but nobody talks about it. I'm getting off track, but now to the spoiler segment. Yeah, there's gonna be spoilers now, so yeah. If you haven't watched it yet and you plan on watching it, or you care about spoilers and you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this part. Bye. Yeah, at the end of this video, at the end of like near the end of the video, there will be some like short videos of like my reaction to certain things that happen in the show. So watch that. Like if you want to see that. But that will also be spoilers. Like there'll be spoilers in that. But it will only be spoilers of specific moments. So it's not as bad. So yeah. Anyways, spoilers. Bye. Let me talk about the characters first. So the main character, well, I'm mostly going to be talking about the characters first. So like I'm mainly talking about the characters in this video. So the main character, Belly, she's cool. I like her, but she annoys me a lot. Like, for example, how she treated Cameron, like, I was kind of annoyed sometimes. Like, I felt bad for Cam. I felt like she was kind of leading him on. I mean, it wasn't like super bad because she broke up with him and was like honest about like why, but it's still like it was still sad, and just the way that she dealt with things sometimes was just kind of meh. And the fact that she wasn't seeing Jeremiah, I was just like, Jeremiah's right there. Like, really, me the whole entire thing. I'll explain more whenever I get to Jeremiah's thing on Jeremiah's part, which is next up about it. But like, when it comes to Belly, you can see it was when she started just coming out of her shell. She's becoming more of herself. Like, she's actually making stuff about her. She's being the main character. But yeah, that's just what's going on with her. Now to Jeremiah. I love him. He's funny, nice, cute, and he's sweet. It's just, he's amazing, He's great. I love Jeremiah. Woo! But yeah, aside from that, I think he's just a pretty cool character. I like the personality of his character in the show. His like little like golden retriever life of the party. It's just, bro, personality is just top 10. Music taste is also good. Like, I saw like the little comment about SZA, like, slide up. Like, bro, come on. Like, I like him. I love him. He's amazing. Okay, but other than me just gushing about him, I just think that he's cool. That's about it. And he's also some like representation because they made him bisexual in the movie. I mean, not the movie. This is a TV show, bro. I always get this wrong. They made him bisexual in the show. And that gives some representation from the LGBTQ. I'm assuming that he's bisexual, but he could be pan. I don't know. All I know is that he likes girls and guys. But then on to Conrad. He makes me upset. And no, this is not just because I'm obviously Team Jelly. It's because I like him as a character. I feel like he has depth. That may just be his trauma talking, but like it's like interesting to see how he deals with stuff. He's the only character that had like that emotional thing, like just throughout the story. Jeremiah had it in like the last few episodes, but like throughout the story, I felt like he had it the most of just having like deep emotional turmoil. And I like seeing characters who are a little bit edgy. I just find it entertaining. And so yeah, but he also annoyed me a lot with that edginess. It was just kind of like, bro, you're doing so much. I just feel like it's like in real life I would feel like really sympathetic, but like it's like I feel sympathetic for you. Like I feel sympathy, I feel empathy, I empathize, I understand that it's like really sucking all right now, but at the same time, I also really hate your attitude right now. Just meh. Also, whenever he like lied to Belly about him remembering what happened whenever he was drinking, he was just like, "Oh, I was drinking a lot. I don't really remember. I don't really remember." Whenever they almost kissed, I was just like, at that point, that's whenever Conrad lost his sparkle in my eyes. Because before then, I was just like, okay, Conrad seems kind of cool. He's nice. I can mess with him. He's cool. But then after that, it was just like everything was the red flag. Like I would like he's a cool character, but like, and also the fact that he was kind of cheating on his girlfriend situationship, whatever it was, because I don't know if it was confirmed or not, and like or made clear whether their relationship or not. But whenever like the way that he was kind of like emotionally cheating on this girl, whenever I think that they're supposed to be exclusive, it was just kind of it was just making me feel some type of way. I just didn't like it. I felt like it would just be much better if you just cut their whole thing off without it being like the girl having to without the girl getting upset because you saw like a text message on Belly's phone being like, I asked you to the ball, I asked to be your person for the debutante ball, not because my mom told me to, which she did tell him to, but like that was just his excuse. Not because my mom told me to, but because I actually wanted to. And then she sees, then his like girlfriend sees the text message and is just like, and steals her clothes because they were skinny dipping, all of like the girls and stuff, and steals her clothes, and then and then her then Belly and Taylor had to like walk naked. It's just not, it was just not what I wanted. Like, no. Also, he did that to like, bro, like it was the black girl that had to get done dirty like that. I was just, no, I really hope she gets her spotlight, because I also feel like she was just kind of, her character was just kind of done dirty in the show. I feel like she just didn't get the sunshine she deserved. Not even just because I'm like, that's like really the only ish black character. I mean, Cam, he was racially ambiguous. I don't think he was black. I'm not sure if he was black. Maybe he was black. I thought he had some black. It doesn't matter. But basically, I'm not feeling this way only because she was like one of the only black characters in this show, if not the only, but because she was just done dirty. Like, and she was nice too. I just feel bad. Like, yeah. Then, but also at the same time, our black queens deserve better. Anyway, but so yeah, Conrad. Okay, you're okay, I guess. You're fine, I guess. Okay, on to Belly's brother, Steven. I like Steven. I like him a lot. Steven is Belly's older brother. I think he had like a lot of growth, or at least he's gonna get a lot of growth. Like, we're gonna see the growth in the next season, because at the end of the season he kind of like had this big realization with Nyla. I think that's her name. I'm not sure, but yeah. Also, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have a little, let's break. We're gonna check their ages, because I just, I just think that's important to like kind of know. I just feel like it's just like fun facts, their ages. So I'm gonna put them up right now. Their ages. I think that Jeremiah is 16 or 17. I think he's like, Belly, she's turning 16, so Belly is a year. Belly is the youngest. Steven and Jeremiah are the same age, so they're 1 year older. So she's just turning 16. So they can still be 16, but they have to be 16, 17 or something. And then Conrad, he's graduating to college, or he's going to senior year, I think. It's one or the other. I don't really remember. I was a little bit confused when watching. So I think he's 18. So, actually, fun fact. Okay, this is a little bit of a tangent, but like, it's small, promise. I put my mom on the show because like I was just like, Mom, Mom, this show's good, I guess, because she was just like, what are you watching recently? Maybe I can watch it too. And she was just like, Conrad has to be 21. And she was just like, it was just like, and he has to be. I was just like, why? He's definitely not 21. And she was just like, no, they all gotta be a little older than they appear in the show. They must be lying. And I was just like, why? It's just like, they're drinking too much. How do they get this much alcohol in the morning? It's just like, y'all are day drinking. It's not even how. And it was kind of funny to see my mom's reaction to that. But anyways, sorry. Steven, I interrupted your character a little part. But anyways, yeah, Steven's Belly's older brother. And so Nyla makes him kind of realize it a little bit. And so it seems like he has a little bit of, in the season we see him like deal with not being rich, you know, being the poorest in the friend group or whatever, because he's not like dirt poor. He's not poor. He lived, I think he was like living in like lower middle class. I remember there was like specific thing that they said about it. Like he was living in the suburbs, but it was like not the best suburbs because of like specifically the type of suburbs that he lived in. But I don't really remember exactly what it said. But he just couldn't compete with everybody else around him because everybody around the area just seemed to all be rich. And it was like you could first see this come up whenever he was talking to his girlfriend, like his like new girlfriend, about like what they were gonna wear to this like dinner or something, or like this dance, and she was bringing up like this really expensive suit, and he was just like, oh, that's nice. But you kind of tell by just like his energy. I think he also had some dialogue, like inner dialogue, that he was just like, that's too expensive. I can't afford this. And so, yeah, he's also in this show. You like he's like working, and you can see that he's like, yeah, you can go do your lifeguard job that pays 5 cents an hour, but I actually am trying to save up for Princeton, so I'm gonna deal with this ugly hair cap and hairnet or whatever and do this. And so that's what he does. He gets his bread and whatever, and then Conrad and Jeremiah's dad hook him up with a more higher paying job because he gets moved to like the poker room, and over there they tip better, and the overall I think that he just gets like a slight raise, like because it's a promotion in general. And so over there they tip $300, and the thing is you see him deal with like some microaggressions and like just racist jokes that are kind of put towards him because they're like, oh, he's Asian, he's so smart. Also, I don't know if I've said this yet, but Belly and Steven, you know, they're siblings, they're Asian, so is their mom. Their dad, he's not. So yeah, but yeah, he appears like he's very Asian passing. I'm pretty sure I think that the actor is also Asian. Well, the actor has to be some part. My brain isn't working properly, but like I'm not even. Okay, my brain just was rebooting for a second, but they like he would have to do, you saw him like how he like dealt with it, but he didn't like go up to them and was just like, no, what you said was wrong, say sorry, apologize now. How he like deals with it is kind of like just internalized like compromise, like I'm just gonna take their money, because like you see like another like brown dude, he comes up to like a brown dude comes up to him and just like, yeah, they make pretty racist jokes, but you know, I just deal with it because when I'm on my yacht, I'm not gonna care what they say, and it's not gonna be a problem anymore. And so he kind of just like continues with the job, you know, makes his bank, but then he gambles it all away, like later on, because he like the people there think he's kind of like a genius, like the old men that over there, they like think that he's a little bit of a genius because like one time he had advertised to play like doubles, and he was just like, I usually play them, because he's trying to be all proper because he's not trying to mess this up. And like it somehow, and it worked in his favor, and they're like, oh, you're a genius, dude, which kind of introduced the stereotypical jokes that were put up there, like. But yeah, so those people, like those old dudes that were there, they have sons, and they're like, my dad says you're a genius, this may not be your level, but why don't you play a poker game with us? And so they play a poker game, but he was doing well for a little while, but then he loses all his money and he gambles all of his stuff away that he was using to get into Princeton. And he's just like, yeah, you know what, I'm screwed. And so somehow also he cheats on his girlfriend at some point, you know, with Taylor, Belly's best friend. That caused a whole problem between Belly and Taylor. And honestly, at the beginning, I was like, yeah, Belly, you're right. But then I really thought about it. I was just like, nah, Taylor, you're not even that bad. The way that Belly was describing you in the beginning with her like taking all your spotlight and making you feel like a side character, I could understand that a little bit. But then honestly, Taylor isn't even like, she's not even doing that much. She just has a louder personality than you. She's not like stealing your spotlight. Like the way she was describing it, like I just felt like I thought that she was more of like a more toxic friend. I think she's actually a more toxic friend in the books because like all the book readers are just like, bro, Jeremiah in the books is so much not as good in the books as he is in the show, and they're like, bro, Taylor in the books was a big. I'm just like, what? Like they're so cool in the show. Yeah, but like um so that they had like this whole situation, and so Steven, he hooks up with her and he's like, yeah, I was, and like he like confesses that like he was just insecure because he couldn't do he wasn't at like he didn't have as much money as all the other guys, and you're just like, you chose me, so, and like you can choose anybody, and he was just like, he was just being insecure, and then Nyla just forgave him. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take this little interlude to like talk a little bit about the whole Taylor and Belly situation. So Belly was like, bro, I feel like, because Taylor was coming for her birthday, right? And Belly was just like, whenever Jeremiah was like driving her over, and then Belly was like, she makes me feel like a side character though sometimes when she's around me because she has like a really loud personality. And then Jeremiah was just like, you're the main character, it's your birthday. And so I was just like, oh, that's sweet, go Jeremiah. But anyways, then he takes her to, I was just kind of like, if she was like calling him like Jeremy, and I think it's like a joke because Belly was just like, she's gonna call you Jeremy, that's just how she flirts with you, and she did, and it was like okay, if everything else about your character is okay, then I can let this slide. But at the time, her character was just kind of being annoying and a little bit, it felt a little bit toxic without me seeing her in the future. But in the future, you see how she sticks up for Belly and how she actually really does care about Belly. Actually, in the very start of the show, I thought that Taylor was like Belly's actual like sister, and I didn't even know. Like I thought that they were related, but they weren't. But anyways, so yeah, so Taylor. But yeah, after I kind of understood both sides, because yeah, you probably shouldn't uh like your, you shouldn't like hook up with my brother, but at the same time you should, but at the same time Taylor had liked Steven for a really long time, and so I think it's understandable. Like at that point, I don't even think it's like, at that point I'm signing more with Taylor because she's liked this dude forever. She's had a crush on this dude forever. It was like her first love, and you just never noticed this because apparently actually you have been living your life like the main character. It's just that the main character that you act like is different than the main character that Taylor acts like. Taylor acts like that like loud main character, like the one that's like energetic, you know, the ENFP, like ENFJ, like Asta, I guess. I don't know. Asta from Black Clover, you know? Asta from Black Clover. Like the type of person, or they're just like super like kind of loud and stuff. But she's like that one that's like in the indie films that looks into the windows. I don't know. Like she's the more quiet one that is living the Your Name lifestyle, which is literally actually the main character that she is. She is living the Your Name lifestyle. She lives in a Wattpad story. But anyways, like there are two different types of main characters, and in this show you are the main character, so I really see Taylor's point. But anyways, now we're gonna be talking about Steven and Belly's mom, and that's Laurel. She and Susanna, Kara and Jeremiah's mom, they're like besties. Honestly, I was like, it was like really, it was just interesting. Laurel and Susanna have are just interesting and they make me sad. Their story is a lot more mature, I guess, for the love story that's going on. But you know, I guess they have to, like, the show has like a grounding that's kind of, I guess, kind of by them. I'm gonna sound so bad when I rewatch this, and I'm just gonna cringe. But anyways, um, I think, okay, seem a little Laurel seems a little insecure about how much money she makes in comparison to Susanna. But it's not like she's like insecure. It's more like she acts kind of weird about it, and that's addressed in the show too. It's just like Laurel's a little bit weird about the fact that she doesn't make a lot of money, and Susanna does, or Susanna. I forgot. I just called her Conrad's, like, she's a mom. I don't need to know her name. Anyway, like, actually, I like her a lot. I love her character. She's so quirky, cool. I love her. They do actually say that in the show. I think that some of the like insecurity that she has about her wealth is rubbed off on Steven. So I think that's like partially where he gets it from a little bit. But like I think that there's a lot more to the divorce that she had than she lets on. It's hinted that it was hinted at in like the scene that Cleveland, a writer who ends up hooking up and dating Laurel, reacts to her book, and like he reads her book because Laurel is a writer. And I think that, and I'm telling the truth about my divorce. Crosses fingers, like, but yeah. Also, like her divorce, it was just like I remember her like ex-husband was just like, there's always 3 people in our marriage. It was me, you, and Susanna. And so that's like part of the reason why it didn't really work out. And you know, that kind of sucks. Anyways, Laurel's cool, but she's more of like I feel bad for her because she's the one that kind of has to be like, I feel like she has to be like the bad cop sometimes. Like she ends up dealing with everything a lot, like the messes and stuff. Like I remember there was like this really tough argument that they had where Susanna was just like, I'm not gonna do chemo, blah 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 blah, and like I think Laurel thought that she was being kind of reckless because it was just like Jeremiah and Conrad need to have like stuff. I don't know exactly what they're talking about chemo or not. They were probably talking about something like a little bit different, but like Laurel was just like, I'll end up having to clean this whole mess up, and they had like a big argument about it. And it's probably true that Laurel's gonna have to clean that whole mess up, and then Susanna's just like, but don't you love doing that, don't you? And I just felt bad. Like, it just sucks. But they made up, so no worries, I guess. So now for Conrad and Jeremiah's mom, Susanna Fisher. Susanna Fisher is suffering from cancer. Susanna Fisher makes me sad. I love like her storyline just brings, you know, the little bucket of depression that we need, and a little bit of sprinkles of fun because she's kind of like the wacky goofy mom. Well, not wacky goofy. I mean, just a little bit wacky goofy because she took edibles, but that's also because she's preparing for her death, so she's trying to do all the fun stuff that she can before she's gone. But yeah, she's kind of like fun, easygoing. But so yeah, that's Susanna Fisher. She's also rich, so that's cool. She got cheated on, which really sucked. Yeah, so she has like this whole entire thing with Conrad and Jeremiah's dad where he cheated on her, but the thing is she doesn't want Conrad and Jeremiah to know, but I think Conrad knows probably. I feel like Conrad just knows all the sad stuff about their family, the family secrets that nobody wants him to know, but he just knows, and it just makes him more depressed. It's just not good. I don't know. I think that he knows a little bit. Conrad doesn't like their dad, but Jeremiah loves their dad, and Conrad quit football, and I think it's partially because of their dad. But anyways, yeah, it was just not good. They separated, but they're not divorced, and she plans on like divorcing him right on time for her having cancer. So yeah. Okay, now that we talked about all like the most important stuff, I feel like about the characters, now just some intriguing stuff. This is gonna be really short that I found, like just some intriguing stuff and interesting stuff that I found about the story. Okay, the love triangle thing with Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad. I'm Team Jelly all the way. I don't care. I feel like they're not gonna end up together. I feel like Jeremiah and Belly aren't gonna end up together, but my heart is sold on them. It has to be them. I will love them forever. They're the best. They just are. And then the last episode, that stuff had me like, sweating my eyes out. That was sad. Well, I wasn't sweating my eyes out, but I did leave a couple tears. Just a couple. Yeah. But like that last episode, dang, bro. Got you in the heart, the feelings, sad. Also, like Jeremiah, he's like everybody was just crying in that episode, and then Jeremiah also made me sad because he was actually sobbing, and it was just so bad because Jeremiah's such a mama's boy, and then finding out was just like no, and then Connor having to like keep it hidden was just like no, it was just no, it's not okay, no, it's not okay, none of it is okay. Anyways. But like there's like a little thing that made me kind of upset in the show is because it kind of follows like that little trope of the main character never ending up with a POC character. Like the POC main character doesn't end up with a POC other character. They just always had to end up with a white person, and it kind of sucks. This happened to All the Boys We Loved Before too. At least I think it did. I didn't finish it. I didn't watch the last one, so I'm not sure. But it's like they never end up with the POC at the end. And I'm just like, can't the POC fall in love with the POC? Why does the POC always have to fall in love with the white? Like, yeah. But, oh well. I still love this like series. It was great. Great watch. I support. Now for the little clips of my reactions. See ya. Papa had to cross another finger off the list.
Too late.
Oh, girl. Actually, maybe Belly's a better character than I thought she was. I thought she was going to be a messy protagonist, but girl's actually a normal person. Bro, let's go, Belly. Bro, I really thought she was going to kiss it, bro. Let's go. Jelly. Yay. We love Jeremiah and Belly. They're so cute together. We love them. Yeah. Just so much hotter, pretty looking. He's just better, and for multiple reasons. Not just that he's more attractive, but also that he's not just physically more attractive. He's just in general more attractive. Like dude is he's funnier, and he didn't think of the main girl that they're trying to make love interest, make them like ship or whatever. He didn't think that she was like a kid, and then suddenly thought that she was amazing and wanted to date her whenever she got pretty. Unlike Conrad, where once she got hot, he was like, you know what? Now that I don't see you as a little sister, because you look all grown up now, I think I like you, whatever. And she was pining for him the whole time. And then my bro Jeremiah was just sitting in the backseat like, okay, I'm just waiting for my chance because I know that she's simping for Conrad, so I'm gonna stay out the way. And then like the next dude just like, okay, I know that he's simping for Cam, so I'm gonna stay out the way. Then he finds that they broke up, and he's just like, I'm finally gonna take my chance. I don't care if Conrad's in the way. And he's been waiting for her for years, and they're best friends, bro. We're friends to lovers. Like, bro, pick Jeremiah. He's just so much better, finer, and just a better person. Like, dude is just better, honestly. Is half this dude's hair nice and fluffy, and the other half just looks bad.
But now, she's...
I mean, at this angle, it all looks
No.
bad.
And you like her? No. Wow. No. I mean,
like the back of his head just looks so stiff,
I just have
but the
so
front
much
of his
shit
head
going
just
on.
looks all cute and messy.
If we started something, I feel like I could
Especially right now.
fuck it up.
Well, this dude's just balding, so.
There's one thing I learned from
But he's
years of
cool.
overpriced therapy. Is that you can't be good with someone else until you're good with yourself. That's how I tanked my last relationship.
Okay, I'm done with talking about his nice and fluffy hair.